Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. We're early today. I know we're really early. It's 9:20 in the morning where I live, so it may be afternoon or evening if you are overseas or you have a big difference. So, I know it normally would be 12:20 if I was in New York. So, if you're on the East Coast, it's like noon already there. So, I decided that we will be coloring this girl. I decided that I like this girl. And this is called Flower Among Flowers by Desi Georgioff, who's also known as Digital Morning on Etsy, as you can tell. Things got a little messy because the kids came over yesterday. My brother was staying in Palm Springs, so we had the dog over the weekend. So this week I'm entirely off because we're doing a new setup at work. So the offices are going to be, or where we're sitting is going to be totally different now. That's fine. So let's get started. These are my Finding the Lost Girl pencils. I like these pencils, so I'm trying to find the right color. I might have to use a Holbein because I like the Holbein color better. Hello to the two people in the stream. Yay! I love seeing when people come in the morning. Not sure if I tap this. That's the thing. I gotta learn how to use this. Hey, Lauren. I know. Long time no see. Yay, Michelle is here. Number one and number two. Top fans. I like that we get a top fans now in this thing. So I know I haven't been up. I was off yesterday, but that's when my brother went to pick up the dog, and I actually most times I'm not home on Monday, so they're doing a new setup. So if I don't work, I don't get paid. You know what I mean? And I'm now totally off this week, so I'm trying to get a job, but it's so hard to get a job here with benefits. And I'm thinking I might want to think about doing something else, but I don't know what I want to do if I get a job because I'm a little bit on a depression scale right now, which means I don't have money to do dental work. I don't have the money to do this. I don't have the money to do half the things I want to do. I'm just barely paying my bills. And I do mean that. Yeah, I have a subscription that I paid for in advance. So the months I do work long, it does work. What is this? This is considered light red, but this is in my Holbeins. But to me, it more reads as a thing in there. I don't really know how to use my tripod very well yet. This one is a lot more sturdier than my other one. My other one was always wobbling on me. This one, I just got to get the orientation a little bit better. Oh, which Disney are you coloring? This is the summer issue of the magazine. This is like a special one that you pay for separately, but I bought it a few months ago, so I did pay off 2 credit cards this year. So now I'm only down to a few credit cards, but I still got to pay that. Always, that's okay. Answer your phone call. Those are important. Hopefully, we'll still be here. What I like about this magazine is there's so much to color in here. Such a wide range of stuff to color. Like, you got a lot. I love the portraits. Then they got the more whimsical stuff like Deborah Mueller in the beginning. This one is known more for her portraits. I have not decided if I'm getting Autumn yet because they haven't released yet. Was it a Flip Color in Heaven? Then I'm sure probably in like August or September they'll do that. I finished, what am I reading? I finished Blood Beneath the Snow by Alexandra Kensington. Really good book. I really like romantasy. Then, what else did I do? What else am I reading? Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry, which I love to pieces. I think it's a really good book. And then I am reading for my romantasy. It's Shield of Sparrows for the Fantasy Club. I already finished it. That was Blood Beneath the Snow. For horror, which is going to meet, I think, August, the first Wednesday of August. Interview with the Vampire. And so it's kind of weird to reread Interview because it's been quite a few years since I've reread that book. But I really enjoyed it, I thought. It's frustrating when you don't have the money to do half the things you want to do because you're not making enough money. And the problem here is because I don't drive, it is so hard to get a job. And I've been feeling a little bit on, what is the word? I've been feeling a little frustrated. And I'm also feeling part time is not working for me anymore. I'm getting very worried about my financial future. So it makes me feel very frustrated that I can't get a job that I love, that I want to love. And I don't know if it's going to be. So out here, you do need a car. So I feel it. But, when I call, sometimes I feel better. But, I've had a really busy week. So I'm hoping, I went to the doctor's too yesterday to get some things to just do checkups. My health is okay. I like when my health isn't good because when my health is good, then I feel better. But for my condition, I'm like constantly going to the doctors, every few months to see where I am. Did I watch Evolution? Yes, I did watch Evolution, the women's pay per view. That was a very good show. I did see the Great American Bash. That was a good show. It wasn't a perfect show, but I was originally going to do her blonde, but then I'm thinking I just like brunettes. Everybody does pictures differently. I'm thinking a nice bright pink color. No problem. Have fun, Michelle. So then, next month's books are for the Fantasy Club. It's going to be The Coven by Harper L. Woods, Rose in Chains by Julie Soto, and then I think for horror it will be what do you call it? A Hell House by Robert Richard Matheson. Now, if the name Matheson sounds familiar, he's the one that did I Am Legend. He wrote I Am Legend, which was turned into a movie that starred Will Smith. Someone asked me, are these grayscale? And I would say yes. This is what you consider a grayscale coloring. But for me, the thing about me is that when I have grayscale pictures like this, I prefer to use pencils for this. Yeah, I know it takes longer, but I think it, to be honest with you, sometimes I would prefer if they would give me a digital option to buy the books, because then I can print them on the paper I want, and then I can use the markers and print the image over again. This, I feel like I can only do it once. With the Color in Heaven Presents, they don't give you that option of buying it digital, but the Mandala books they do. To me, I'm just running out of room too, so. Now I've had to make room for reading books again. I was thinking of doing this blue, but then I have to figure out what color to make the flowers if I make it this blue. Now I'm thinking purple. Purple flowers is what I'm thinking. So, and I do have another picture selected if we go that route. So, hoping for light purple, but I don't have a light purple in this. I want a reddish purple. That's what I want. We go reddish purple. No, yesterday I started. And what I did was yesterday, when my nieces were here, it's always fun when they come over, and I love coloring with them. So one acted really like all of a sudden she threw stuff around, and then she couldn't find it, and I'm like, here it is. And it was such a strange thing for her to do that, I'm like, I don't understand why she did that. This is from Finding the Lost Girl pencils. Right now they're out of stock on Amazon, but when they come back in, I probably will purchase them again. And there's a reason why I'll purchase these again, because they're really, really just beautiful, beautiful pencils. And I must say, I really, really love the pencils immensely. Black Widows. Here's my Black Widows. Mm-hmm. Colors. This is fire. Oh, that was the wrong color, but that's okay. That works. This is a Black Widow. Now, I've not tried the Black Widows on this paper. Well, not on this issue specifically, but tell you, this issue is probably one of my favorite issues that they've done in a long time. And I pretty much like most of the issues. I mean, I rarely ever have a problem with one of the issues. Harder. That's okay, Michelle. You have things to do, you know? I'm not going to hold people to doing things if they have things to do, you know? You can always go back and watch the stream, you know? I'm reading Shield of Sparrows. Like, I read it first really fast. And then other things happened. But I was saying before, I'm having some problems finding a job here. It is so hard to find a job here, a full-time job with benefits. Every time I come close, they give the job to somebody else. So I've been feeling a little, oh, Jen called. That's nice. But, you know, I've been feeling kind of dejected in a way. You know, it's like you try and then you can't get anywhere. And it's really hard because I really do need a full-time job so I can have money to pay my bills. And I'm not been very good at that lately. And you know, then all the stuff that's happening in the world. And I'm like, oh, God, don't tell me this. Don't tell me that. Don't play around. I feel like I'm in a game of whack-a-mole and I'm getting whacked. So, you know, I feel like I'm in a place where I'm stuck, is the word to say, and it's kind of making me depressed. I'm figuring maybe I'll go out tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do another stream and things will be good. You know, I like to come here and do things. Thank you. You know, and I'm doing everything I can. Someone said to me, well, maybe you should go to church and people at church will find it. But here in this place, it's very old people and a lot of people who've retired. So I doubt very much I'll get people who are my age looking for work. That I should join a church to help me network. And I've been using sites like LinkedIn, Indeed. It's not like New York. It's not at all like New York, where everything was so much easier in New York in some ways. I always have to put everything away, but then using it. So what color should we make the outfit? Thinking blue, but it might be a little much for people. Yeah, I want it to be blue. I don't know why I want it to be blue. I just yellow. You think yellow would be a good color? You know, yellow would be a good color because it's a nice summery color. But I have to find the right. Oh God, I don't know what happened. I pressed something and my window went like small. It's like, ah, no, my window went small. Why did my window go small? You know, I'm thinking, you know who has a nice yellow? Holbein has a nice yellow. This is called marigold. I know the Holbeins are beautiful. The thing is, lately I've been using some of my more less expensive pencils because I have them. Why not use them? And the other thing is too, I don't have a whole lot of money right now. And so one thing I'm trying to do is when I do have money, I try to pay down my bills when I do have money and get some supplies, but I won't be able to get supplies till probably not till after Christmas. So when I do use my artist grade pencils, I typically use them. What did I get during Prime Day? I got my Julie Soto book for my book club via Amazon and a cheap set of $16 markers. Yeah, I know, budget-friendly markers. But I'm using that basically for some of the color by number books and some of the other stuff. So that way, when I'm done, I'll have more bases, and then I'll be able to put more Copic ink refills in them. Like them standing up so everything looks more. I must say that looks much better than I thought it would look. The yellow is not a color I normally would use, but I think that looks good actually, believe it or not. I like yellow. We all know that Grace likes colors that pop. We're coloring from Color in Heaven and the summer stuff. So what I'm going to do right now is put the white down. So now we're doing the skin tone. So now what I do is put the little thing in her mouth and then. So I just usually put white down as my base. See, I use my Prismas like as a skin tones basically. There was the purple I needed. And there's lots and lots of pictures in here, so. Mm-hmm. Peach. Where's my peach? Kids took whatever was out of this thing. No. Just took that out. That means this went in there. See, this is what happens when you let the children yesterday play with your stuff because they moved all your colors around. You have your sets. You have your sets, and then the kids come in, and then this is why you should never let the kids play with your adult stuff. See, I use these up until I'm done, until think we're going to have to do another one. Right, and then I do, what is this one? Salmon pink. And I built up the colors to make it look good. I really love doing these. Luckily, I have enough Prisma backups. So you guys kind of understand what I'm doing. Oh, my mail woman came. Let's see what she brought me. Did she bring me my new Color in Heaven? Because I've been waiting for my Color in Heaven magazine to come this month because it's supposed to be 2 issues. Okay. No, she didn't do that. She didn't bring me the Color in Heaven that I so desired. She brought me a bill. So look over. So I'm probably going to need my mother's help next month with my bills. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not getting paid enough days in the second half of the month to justify it. So it's been hard. Thank you. So I thought maybe that, what is this? No, that's not the nectar. I want nectar. Yes, this is nectar. So I'm just going to use that to highlight things and accent that. See, this might be dark because the shading is darker here than it is here. And now we'll do that. And I guess we're going to go back to the beginning and do another one. I did have a Christmas in July one. I do not know if you guys want that one or not. But the only one I have out right now is this magazine. So, but there is a Christmas in July that I picked. So I try and sharpen them beforehand, but they don't always come out the way I want them to. So. This is kind of acting like a blender when I do it. You guys can't really see it, but it's really gray out today. And I think that's because the, what is it called? Over here we have something called gray weather, or what is it called? April showers bring May gloom. May gray brings June gloom. I forget what July is, but we have a thing called gray weather or July. It's weird because The gray here has something to do with what's called the marine layer. So in the morning, sometimes we have what's called the gray layer. I'm going to have to go out there later on and water the lawn. But I tell you, that experience with the coyote has really changed me. And then, my community had a meeting about it, and we found out that if we report it to animal control over here, then we have to report it to Fish and Wildlife, who's responsible. But Fish and Wildlife does nothing. Really, they won't do anything until somebody gets hurt seriously or the animal bites a human, the coyotes. So until they do that, then it becomes a problem. But it's like these things are a problem to your pets, and when you walk in, you think, like, people don't really understand why these creatures are a problem. So this is the one that we've done. So let's go and pick one. I did one from the front. So let's go to the next one and see what we have in the next one. Beef. That's water. I'm not really a water person. I'm not really a person who likes water. Summer Teacup by Hannah Komichi. These could be nice lemons. It could be a nice pink cup. Some nice green leaves. Sometimes I'll do more than one picture in a stream. I also happen to, maybe I'll be right back. I know exactly where it is. Or we could do this one. This comes from, we could do this one. We could do this one. This is the Christmas in July one, which is Debbie McComb's Very Merry Christmas coloring book. We could do that one. I happen to have a thing for these. That might be a little too much work, but this is from the summer book last year. Or you do one of these ones. Sweet Summer. So you get this one. You get 3 different books. Or you get this one from Christmas in July. But this one would be a Christmas in July one, too. So what do you guys like? I wish I could fit all 3. Well, maybe I can. Forgive the little toys. Those are from the girls. This is the Christmas in July one. So, what do you guys like? The Sweet Summer. Oh, you like the Sweet Summer. Which one is Sweet Summer? Okay, we'll do the Doria Cacrosoy one. I was going to bring out Marcus, but that might smell up the house too much and my mother would have a fit. And this is the summer coloring book from last year. So that is cute, actually. Really, really cute. Actually, thank you for that. You know what's the worst thing when you have to pee during a stream? I know, right? So let's color that. I'm thinking blonde here. Oh, this is what happens when you move your stuff out of the way. You move stuff out of the way, and then all of a sudden, all the other stuff comes out. So I see we have 5 people. Yay! This is from Finding the Lost Girl pencils. I always want to do about an hour. I always do the hair first. This is a Daria Kakrisoy image, and it is not a grayscale. Believe it or not, it is an actual line art. We'll see how much we finish in an hour. No, sometimes pictures look easy and they're not. This looks easy, but I'm going to tell you, I don't think this is going to be as easy as I think it's going to be to do. And I had something weird happen to one of my pencil holders. So. This is a Finding the Lost Girl pencil. I'm going to tell you right now, I actually like this grip better for pencils than I do. Like, I love my Prismas and I love my Black Widows, but for straight coloring, I kind of like a more rounded tip. I'll tell you that right now. I like a more rounded tip. This has a lot of ins and outs of it. We'll see if we finish it. You know what I mean? We'll see how my hands feel too, you know? I've been having some, what do they call it? Numbness in my hands too. So there's a lot of things I want to do, but I'm feeling like this is not over here. I can't get accountants, but over here, I see so many people working in the medical field. I'm thinking deep down inside, that's what I think I'm going to end up doing, even though I technically don't want to do that. Yellow's a nice summer color, you know what I mean? It's like a pretty color. So we did our hair, which I like hair. I love doing hair very much. Then I'm going to do green. I'm thinking pretty blue or light blue for that. Light orange and dark orange. Nice little pink lips. Not too dark of a pink, you know what I mean? See, I didn't realize I had to make glasses here. I can see why Miss Michelle liked this picture. You know, it's like a perfect little whimsical picture you do. Plus, there's lots of little ends on this that make it just, you know, you can kind of like start to like see all the ins and outs of it as you start to do it. Another thing I like about some of these books is it's not one size fits all. You know, Color in Heaven. When some people have said they don't like Color in Heaven, here's the thing. I think you get a lot of value for your buck. But that's me personally. A lot of people say they don't feel like they get money for their buck, but to each their own, I say. You know, I personally love the magazine. It's my favorite magazine. It's like the only thing I really ever spend money on. I saw the new one, the little girl one, but I'm like, no, you know, I just can't. As much as I love to do those things, I just can't. I've got to pay off my debt first, you know? And here's a blank peach. I'm not even sure what color this is. I always think, well, what colors do I like for the girls, the color of the hair? Because once you do the color of the hair, then everything else starts to be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. So then we're doing the orange hat. Oh, is that the ear? I think that was the ear that I just messed up. Oh, well, we'll just say that as part of the hat. See, in this case, it's good to have a lot of books in my collection, but eventually what I'll do is I'll come down with less books and I'll have more room to have my reading books down there. And maybe some diamond paints and stuff that I need done too. think I made a mistake with the hat, not making it blue, but oh well. We've been learned. We can still make it work. I can make anything work. Pretty much almost anything work. Not everything, but a lot of stuff. You guys gotta know how much I love coloring these things. I should have called this the color in heaven summer edition, but I didn't know what I was going to be doing. Now, some people say, well, if you're willing to spend that money, then la la la, you should have enough money for this and that. That's not necessarily true. Once I get a full-time job, I won't be streaming as much either. So I'm hoping that I can stream a few days this week, maybe. Like I did in May, May was a big time month for me to stream. I had like 6 streams in May. I'm thinking I'm going to make this like strawberry drink. I'm going to make the ice cream chocolate. This is Doria Kakwasoi. This is a more, what is it, what would you call this, Michelle? Whimsical one? The other one was more realistic portrait. Of course, everywhere I live, there's always sirens. Sorry about that, guys. I can't help when the sirens go off. Because of where I live on one of the, where I live is like right behind the main thoroughfare. So most of the time it's really quiet here. And I was looking back at some of my older videos, and I think I've come a long way as a colorist. To tell you the truth, like. I wasn't expecting to do another one, but when I finished doing these are really colorful. Who watched Evolution? If you didn't watch Evolution, that's fine. If you watched Evolution, tell me. I know Danielle probably did, but she's not here right now, so I want to know what she thought of the pay-per-view. This is the brown. And we're going to make this chocolate. think that's part of the pink, actually. Believe it or not, I think that's actually part of the glasses. This. Mm. I wasn't sure if that was part of the ice cream cone or not. It could be chocolate, so. True, I can actually. Oh no, it's the WWE Evolution 2, the pay-per-view, which is the all-women's pay-per-view. I was really surprised that Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank contract. Now I need to do a light yellow or light brown on that. One of those colors. I believe it might actually be in my Black Widows, not in this set. It might be a beige in here. This is one of the skin tone colors, but you can use these skin tones in Black Widow for other things, like I have learned to do. This is a skin tone color, but it's called light mocha. You'll learn there are things you can do with other sets. I have learned this over much time. I'm going to make this a red drink. This is called Fire. Yesterday I was coloring in what is it called? Magical. Oh, the Johanna Basford one, Magical something, Magical Worlds or something. I think it's called. And so one of the kids used up the last of my purple. I was like so mad because I needed that purple. I had to go into another set to finish it. Luckily, I had a purple that was so similar to it. Purple. I think it's going to be blue. We are definitely going to put a blue, and then it's going to be green. Gonna put the white in soon. I think it's also important to have books you enjoy coloring because once you enjoy coloring, it becomes so much more fun. I always say coloring should be fun, but it also should be something that reflects you. Pretty pink. This is going to be blue. We already know that's going to be blue. I already know kind of what I want to do. I didn't know actually what I was going to do until Michelle picked this. And I want to thank Michelle for picking this as our second picture today. I didn't think I was going to finish that first one. I guess that first one was a little bit easier than I thought. You know, sometimes I look at a picture and I see it and I think, oh, this is going to be real easy to color. Then I find out it's not as easy to color as I originally thought it was going to be. Holbeins. My Holbeins were very, very expensive. I'm not even joking. They are now. They have gone up so much in price just to get the. Thank you. They have gone up so much in price. The way they've changed everything, and you know, my insurance could also be in my health insurance could also be at risk too. So I hope you guys look at this and enjoy it because I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow or me and my mother are thinking about going on Saturday to the OC fair. So it's what is this color? This is aqua. I did not pick the right blue. I meant to pick the porcelain blue actually. That's okay. Sometimes accidents are wonderful things. Sometimes there's something called happy little accidents, aka the late Bob Ross. This has a lot of fun in it. I love the colors that I chose for this one. And someone asked me, would I keep my these books? Yes. The summer ones, yes, I would keep. There are some I don't think I'll keep everything. Like I have a big color in heaven collection. I have like the Christmas and Halloween stuff in boxes, but I took some of them out for Christmas in July. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. I did what is it? The Color Questopia one. I colored 3 in there already. Wait a minute, I forgot to do the green in that. Oh, I still gotta do all the skin tone. I gotta do the white too. No, when you're doing things live, sometimes you have to make, what do they call them? Adjustments or audibles on the fly. This is called Summer Green. This is a Holbein. I think this has been one of my funner ones. I was gonna do a shorter stream, but decided that I like doing a longer stream. And since I didn't color for a while and didn't have a live stream for you guys for a while, I figured 2 pictures will make up for that. You could say one of my favorite people. I don't like to say one person is because somebody will feel mad and say, I should be your favorite person, or this person will get the, you know? There are a few people that I love in the community. And then there are a few people who I'm not good friends with them, but I don't harbor ill will towards them. I just have a very strong, I know. How do I nicely say this without offending anybody? There are some people that, I just don't agree with them, or I don't get along with them. It doesn't mean that I'm going to say, oh, that this happens, or that happens. It's not who I am as a person. I try to get along, but sometimes sometimes I'll walk away because I'm not going to get into what I call a, a pissing contest, as it is. Because you know what happens when you get into a pissing contest? Nobody's happy at the end of the pissing contest. Blush. This is a skin tone. This is a Black Widow. This comes from this light skin tone. Cream. See, I'm hoping for my next coloring having to be the 10-year anniversary special. I just haven't gotten my copy yet, so I'm like, ah. So annoying when you don't get your copy and everybody else has their copy already, and you're like, ah. I know to come. I just have to be. There's the word patient for the new color and having one. What is this one? Cherry blossom. Some cherry blossom. Then I'm going to do a beige color. I'll put that in here. Certain pencils have certain colors, and I'm like, why don't I have that in this color, or why don't I have that there? No, I want a beige. I'm trying to find that beige, and I can't find it. Oh, here's beige. It's so little, but I have to do the thing, so hopefully, then I'll do I thought this one was really cute. I like this one. So the thing is, when they get so tiny, you have to take the back out of the sharpener and then do this. I like this, like when the thing gets all over my pants. The shaving. Got all over my pants. And that makes my mother angry when the shavings get all over the... So this is beige. And then we're going to do one more. This is the final layer before we do the peach. The light peach. I got this one last year. I didn't get the autumn one last year or the winter one. I'm debating if I'm going to get the autumn one this year because I'm 50-50 until I actually see a flip through. Now, to me, I must see a flip through before I get anything. It's just, and I don't think that's wrong of me to say I want to see a flip through before I order them. And look how tiny it is. See? Now I have to replace this because it's so tiny. This one needs replacing. So when I'm done with the stream, I'll probably do that. See if I can get a replacement if I have one. If I don't, I have to keep it in there. Light peach. Now this is where you... Now this technically is what they call a blending pencil because you're putting the last layer on. Basically what I do is use that as my last layer. Unless I'm doing a darker skin girl, and then I would use a different color to blend it. Like an ivory or like a dark ivory. Something like on my luminance pencil. For example, I would use one of the darker colors on my luminance pencil. Or I would use the Lyra blenders, color blenders for darker skin girls. I haven't had much luck with dark skinned girls, so I am enjoying this immensely. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. So we did this one and we did this one. When we did this one, this is the summer one from last year. This is this year's summer 2025. So we did this one. We did this one. See, so we did this one. And we did this one. So this one is the more realistic one. And then we did a whimsical one. So I think this stream should be called the Girls of Summer. I like that, Girls of Summer or Women of Summer. So I like that very much. So I think this is a very nice week end to everything. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, stay well. So you guys can see that this one is from summer 25. This one is from last year. So this one is a Daria Kakrasoy one. And this one is a Desi Jorosoff, or as she's known on Etsy as Tender Morning, or no, not Tender Morning. What is it called? I think Digital Morning is what it's called. Yeah, Digital Morning is what she's called. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I have a lovely week. I hope because it's Tuesday that I can get another stream in. Hopefully my hands will hold up. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and remember to care for each other and be kind to one another. Bye, everybody.